This is an ex-British Gas Volkswagen Caddy maxi. So as an ex-British Gas van, just like any commercial vehicle that comes from the company, it's got a limiter on it, meaning I can only go 74 miles an hour on the motorway. How do I know this? Because I've been on the motorway and I've tried to overtake someone and it can only go 74 miles an hour, which is fine, keeps you in the speed limit, but it's really annoying when you go in the fast lane, you try and overtake someone and then they go a little bit faster and then you get stuck in the fast lane. And quite frankly, it's dangerous. So this van has still got the limiter on it, and this is a Mark IV Volkswagen Caddy. On my old van I had a couple years ago, it was a Mark III, and I got the limiter removed when I got it remapped. So I got it remapped to improve the economy and the performance, and when they did that, it stripped the van of its limiter. But on this one, I don't want it remapped because it's already fast enough. So how can I get the limiter off without doing a remap? So looking online, there seems to be 3 solutions, but with a Mark IV Caddy, it seems to be pretty difficult. So the first one is obviously remap, which I don't want to do. Second one is using VCDS, and the third one is to replace the EGC. So I rang a couple of my local garages to get the limiter removed, and I got either 2 answers. One, that it can't be done because it's ex-British Gas van, which I know it can be done looking online. And the second one is that they would charge me around £200, £300 plus VAT, which I knew was extortionate because when I got the van remapped last time, I had the limiter removed. It was about £240, including VAT. So I went onto one of the Caddy forums and everyone was recommending a guy called Bellman up in Sheffield, and he removed the limiter for £20. Obviously being down in Devon, that's quite a long drive. Right, so you guys can see my problem. I don't want to drive all the way to Sheffield just to get my limiter off. I wanted to get it off, but obviously if I've got the limiter on, I can't drive up that quickly anyway. So I've asked a couple of local guys, like I said before. One guy was the cheapest, he'll do about £50 or £60, including VAT. To get off. He doesn't know if he can get it off. So it's a bit of risk in me to spend 60 quid for someone who doesn't know if they can get it off or not, when I know that this Chris guy can. So it's quite interesting. If you ring around loads of garages and people just straight up say they can't do it, it's just because they don't know how to do it, because Chris can do it, I know, because I've spoken to him. So I've had someone have a go at VCDS down here. They did it for free just as a favour. They had a go, but every time they were trying to remove it or raise it, every time they unplugged VCDS, it just resets. The limiter wasn't coming off, so that was quite annoying. So I've still got the limiter on my van, but because I've done hours of research, I now know how to get it off, and I've saved you guys a lot of time as well. So if you've got any questions, just shoot them over on Instagram or comment on this YouTube video and I can help you out. But my main solution, I'm gonna either have to get it remapped or I'm gonna have to go see Chris Bellman in Sheffield. 2 solutions to get rid of the limiter on your van. Obviously, is you can map it out with a remap, or you can use VCDS just to delete it or increase the limit on it. If you ring a garage and they say that it can't be done because it's ex-British Gas van, they probably don't know how to do it, so don't believe that as a dead end. And then obviously if they can do it and they're gonna charge you £150 to £200 plus VAT, that's just way too much money. I know business has got to cover like all their equipment, all their skills and experience, just like me film when I do a wedding or something like that. You're not paying for the time it takes, you're paying for the experience and everything you've learned. But I think £200 plus VAT just to plug a code in, delete something that takes 10 minutes is a bit excessive. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that's helped you out. So now you know how to get rid of your limiter and you can get rid of it. I know what I'm going to do to get rid of mine. But hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.